kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
In a dense forest surrounded by towering mountains, the animals thrived under the gentle sway of the seasons. Among these animals was Spike, a small, fiery squirrel with a bushy tail and sharp eyes that gleamed with curiosity and determination. Known for his agility and quick thinking, Spike was admired by his fellow forest creatures, though some often teased him for being overly cautious when it came to preparing for winter. As autumn faded and winter approached, the forest began to change. The once vibrant hues of orange and gold turned into shades of grey, and the chilling winds carried whispers of an impending storm. Spike, ever diligent, had been gathering acorns, berries, and dried herbs for weeks, his tiny home nearly overflowing with provisions. "Why do you work so hard, Spike?" asked Theo, a plump raccoon, one crisp afternoon. "Winter is weeks away, and there's plenty of time to gather food." Spike paused, clutching an acorn in his paws. "You never know when a storm might come early, Theo." Theo chuckled and shook his head, wandering off to nap in the sun. Spike returned to his task, his instincts urging him to continue despite the clear skies above. 3 days later, the forest's peace was shattered. Dark clouds rolled in without warning. A fierce winter storm descended upon the land. Icy winds howled through the trees. Snow fell in relentless sheets, and the temperatures plunged. The animals, caught by surprise, scrambled to their burrows, nests, and dens, only to realize they hadn't gathered enough food. Spike peered out from his cozy hollow, his heart sinking as he saw the despair among his friends. The storm's intensity meant it could last for days, maybe even weeks, and he knew many wouldn't survive without help. Resolving to act, Spike bundled himself up. Spike strapped a tiny satchel to his back. Inside were nuts, berries, and herbs he had gathered. As Spike prepared to leave, his neighbor, a timid rabbit named Clover, poked her head into his hollow. "Spike, are you going out? It's too dangerous." Spike nodded firmly. "I have to, Clover. The others need help. If I don't do something, they'll starve." Clover's eyes widened with fear, but she saw the determination in Spike's gaze and didn't try to stop him. "Be careful," she whispered. Spike ventured into the storm, his small frame buffeted by the icy winds. Navigating the snow-covered forest was treacherous, but his sharp claws and strong legs allowed him to climb and leap with precision. His first stop was Theo's den. Theo and his family huddled together, their food supply already dwindling. "Spike, what are you doing here?" Theo exclaimed, his voice tinged with relief and guilt. "Bringing food," Spike replied, handing over a portion of his stash. "It's not much, but it should help you get through the next few days." Theo's eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Spike. I should have listened to you." Spike smiled but didn't linger. There were many more animals in need. He trudged through the snow, delivering food to the fox family by the riverbank, the family of hedgehogs beneath the elderberry bush, and even the owls perched high in the fir trees. Each time, he braved the biting cold and swirling snow, his determination unwavering. As the storm raged on, Spike's provisions began to run low. He realized he would need to find more food if he wanted to continue helping his friends. Summoning his courage, Spike decided to venture to the northern part of the forest. The northern forest was a stark and desolate place in winter, its trees stripped bare, and the ground hidden beneath thick layers of snow. Spike's sharp eyes scanned the landscape until he spotted a cluster of berry bushes partially buried. He dug through the snow with his tiny paws, gathering what he could and stuffing his satchel until it was full. Nearby, he found a hollow log filled with forgotten acorns, likely stored by another squirrel who had long since abandoned the area. Just as Spike was about to leave, a loud growl echoed through the forest. He turned to see a hungry fox stalking toward him, its fur bristling and eyes glinting with desperation. Spike's heart raced, but he stood his ground. Reaching into his satchel, he pulled out a handful of berries and tossed them toward the fox. The fox hesitated, sniffed the berries, and devoured them hungrily. Spike took the opportunity to retreat, moving swiftly and silently until he was safely out of reach. The encounter left him shaken, but more determined than ever. Over the next few days, Spike continued his efforts, distributing food to those in need, and even teaching some animals how to forage in the harsh conditions. His bravery and selflessness inspired others to come together, sharing resources and looking out for one another. When the storm finally subsided, the forest was blanketed in a serene layer of snow, and the sun shone brightly once more. The animals emerged from their shelters, grateful to have survived the ordeal. They gathered in a clearing to celebrate and to honor Spike for his courage and kindness. "Spike," Theo said, stepping forward, "you saved us all. We owe you our lives." Spike blushed, his tail twitching nervously. "I couldn't have done it without all of you. This storm showed us that we're stronger when we work together." The animals cheered, their voices echoing through the forest. From that day on, Spike was known as the brave squirrel, a symbol of hope and resilience. And though he continued to prepare diligently for every winter, he was no longer alone, for the entire forest had learned the value of unity and cooperation in the face of adversity. If you like our stories, please like, subscribe, and turn on the little bell, so you won't miss exciting stories every day. You are also welcome to share it with family and friends to listen to the story together. Love you.